Reckless Ranch.
Part 3. Part 3 of the GYTR tear down, rebuild. Looks like I got a bit of a puddle here going on. Hopefully today I can get this thing all the way back together and maybe get it in the buggy, maybe be able to try it out. We're gonna find out. Anyway, wish me luck. Still gonna try and figure out how all these parts work. First things first, gotta put these bearings in. So I got one of them all the way in, 2 of them part of the way, and then 1 not even started yet. So we'll start with that, and hopefully we don't crack or break nothing, because I'm super light-handed. And I'll put you on time lapse. Thanks for hanging out. All right, everything's pressed in to the new one. Got that in there. All the bearings are in there. So as far as I can remember, that side is good to go. Now we have the fun time of changing all these out. All these gears in here with those gears there, and trying to figure out which one goes where, what replaces what. So here we go, here goes nothing. Again, back to time lapse.
Cause you don't want to be bored with all this. See ya.
All right, another fun, interesting fact here. So I've heard rumors that the GYTR reduction kit is really just the same thing as the TubesWorks kit, other than the fact that they supply you with a new case. And I was like, oh, well, maybe, I don't know. I mean, who am I to say yes or no on that? But I do find it interesting. I just noticed on, I don't know if you can see in the light, these gears have TW etched in there, 0618. This one has light, where are you light? The same thing, TW 0618. To me, that sounds like TubeWorks. Suspecting they made it maybe like in the 6th week of 2018. But maybe it might be confirmed, at least for me. That's what I'm thinking. I gotta figure out how to get these out of here. I can tell those are the keepers to get this gear off, and I don't know if I've came across something like that before. So we'll see. Also, this is I believe the new gear here, or the one I'm supposed to be replacing. And on this side it's flat. Flip this over, flat. Flip this over, it's got a groove. So which way does it go? I don't know. All right, see ya. All right, quick little update. Oh, froggy throat. All right, so when you don't have the right tool and you're a redneck, you make a tool. And so my press, I don't think this is worth anything. I think it's just a big pile of freaking metal connecting pieces, because I've never been able to use that tiny press for anything I've ever needed. I think I just need to buy a big one at this point. But when you don't have what you need, you make do, and this is exactly what I did. A little sketchy, but it works. So these are strut compressors, and they're hooked to the bottom, so it's like not super sketchy, but sketchy enough in my vise. And that's what I'm using to compress the spring to get the little keepers out of there, little keyways. It worked, it got it off. If you guys, I don't know if you guys could see if the angle was good enough when I was taking it apart. I was like, because I didn't know if there's enough threads to release that spring. I was looking up, I was like, oh no, poor airplane's gonna catch a gear through it. But we made it out okay, and it was just long enough. I mean, we're talking like a couple threads long enough from it just being poof. But it worked, and that's what we do. So my little homemade press there works great. Also by Harbor Freight, these are. I've done a lot of work with them, and every time I'm like, man, this is really sketchy, but they've been holding up and I haven't had any issues. Every time they're under crazy load, I'm like, keep going. Anyway, all right, we're getting closer. right, we're getting close. So case is back together, all sealed up. Feels like it works fine. We'll find out. But getting ready to put the clutch back together and start doing all the outside stuff. But otherwise, it's good to go. All right. Uh-oh, podcast kicked on. Here's an update. It's in, bolted loosely back into the car. Tammy said I can get a turbo. Kinda. But the next biggest issue is gonna be getting the U-joints hooked back up, because I took them out. I read that you could try and slide them out, but I just took them all the way out. So I gotta put both those back in, and after that it's gonna be really easy. So just bolting little stuff up, and we should be good to go. So, all right, we'll see ya. Transmission is in. We are all golden there. Well, we don't know if we're golden, but now we are working on finally putting the actual diff back in the rear end, which this was the easiest part of the whole deal. And if it wasn't for having like filming difficulties with batteries dying, it would already be in probably. All right, moment of truth here. We got the oil filled up in the trans, differential oil filled up, everything's hooked back together. I'm gonna start it up and roll through a couple gears and just see if everything sounds smooth. Kinda just before we put it all back together, make sure everything's sounding good and working good. So I'm gonna set you guys in here and hopefully get this all squared away, something like that. Should be able to see the drive line, sorts of fun stuff. Let's see how this thing sounds. All right, you stay back, Cam. No seat. Ah. Oh yeah. Gotta do that. All right, let's try this again. I've just bled the brake a little, bled the clutch some. We'll see if it makes a difference here. Yeah, I forgot about that. Something's not right. Jumping's cranky. Back. This is gonna be, look, my little brother showed up.
Yeah.
We're social distancing.
Corona.
So we're gonna go for the first little crawl. It didn't blow up when I first tried it. And yeah, see what happens.